Hey everyone, it is Saturday, September 24th. The time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 17 degrees Celsius. And on my right is an Indonesian food festival taking place at Dundas Square. And just in front of me is Yonge Street. So I'm here right next to two somewhat iconic tourist destinations, although some might dispute calling Dundas Square iconic. But that is the Eaton Centre right there. And I'm going to go for a walk south through the Eaton Centre. And I'm going to make my way down to another big tourist destination, and that is the CN Tower. And it looks like there's something going on in the intersection of Yonge and Dundas there. So here's a look at the Indonesian Food Festival. And there's a lot of different food vendors over there. And this is the Indonesian Consulate General set up right here. What a lively day this has turned out to be.
Put your guns down and put your crown on. Because you guys are kings, you guys are princes, you guys are queens and princesses. Remember that. We love you, we care for you, and we are here for you. We are here to support you, but we need you to put the guns down. 1 on 3, say put the guns down. Put the guns down. Put the guns down. And put on your crown. Put the guns down. And put on your crown. Put the guns down.
Put the guns down!
And put on your crown.
Put on your crown!
Put the guns down.
Put the guns down!
And put on your crown.
Put on your crown!
Put the guns down. And put on your crown. Put the guns down. Put on your crown.
Never a dull moment at Yonge and Dundas. And unfortunately, there has been a sharp increase in gun violence in the Greater Toronto area. This was not planned to be part of the video.
Put on your crown. Put the guns down. Put on your crown.
And we have entered the Eaton Centre, North America's busiest shopping mall. And I think usually when I walk through the Eaton Centre, I head down these stairs here. So I'll just stick to this floor and we'll cut through Nordstrom. Which takes up part of the space where the Eaton's department store used to be, which later became Sears. And I'm going to make my way south through at least part of the mall. There's several levels here, so we won't be seeing too much of it. And that'll spit me out at Queen. This store is surprisingly busy. Like Can't recall the last time I went to a department store for any reason other than just to pass through it. Hopefully this music doesn't pick up a content ID match, but I'm almost out of the store anyways. Disney's Hocus Pocus 2. That looks kind of similar to the Harry Potter branding. I don't think Harry Potter is a Disney property. So this upper floor here in the Eaton Centre is a bit on the classier side from a retail point of view. And it should only be about 1.5 kilometers to get to the CN Tower. I'm sure in the somewhat near future I'll be doing more detailed walks through the Eaton Centre. And this store is going to be getting busier. That is Moose Knuckle. They make big, warm, stupidly expensive coats that compete with Canada Goose. I'm probably the last person you ever want taking you on a guided tour through a shopping center. And a few days ago they had a fire in the parking garage here. That doesn't seem to have had much impact on the mall itself, if any at all. Seems to be someone playing live music in here. What they're doing to this space. This is quite different. I think this is where the Apple store used to be up here, but it's moved down a floor. Arc'teryx. There's Canada Goose. All right, let's head down a level. And this will kick us out on the Queen Street. I don't know about you, but I've had my fill of shopping mall for the day. And we have caught up to that march that was up at Yonge Dundas. So this is west along Queen Street West. I just did a walk that came east along Queen Street. It started up in Kensington and I walked along Queen between Spadina and James Street here. Oh, sidewalk closed. All right, let's follow the signs here. I didn't see any signs behind me. Oh, they've got this makeshift crossing set up. That officer there is holding up traffic so people can cross. So I think that anti-gun march is heading west along Queen Street here. There's a number of cops on bikes leading the way. So there's a number of different ways I could take to get to the CN Tower. I'm going to go south on Bay Street here, just to not overlap so much with the walk I just did. If I were an officer, I would definitely want to be riding around on a bike all day. There's the march making its way. It's probably going to Nathan Phillips Square, or maybe it'll go north up University Avenue. That's where you tend to see a lot of protests and that sort of thing. This is south on Bay into the financial district. I think just going south on Yonge to Front Street and then taking Front over to John would have been the easiest way to get to the CN Tower. And if someone asked me on the street how to get there, that's probably the way I would have told them, just for simplicity's sake. It's kind of neat seeing this area on the weekend. There's certainly a lot of northbound traffic up Bay.
Canada Day show.
All right, so here's the million-dollar question. Do I go south down to Front Street? Do I head along Adelaide or King? Well, here is Adelaide Street. Oh, we have a walk sign. Good job, people. I think to drive in Toronto, you need a PhD in blocking intersections. It seems to be the specialty. I mean, that is 2 layers of cars. 2 cars blocking the crosswalk, or the marked crossing, and then 2 stuck behind it. And good patience on this pickup driver for not laying on the horn. Oh, someone did. I can tell you that would have been hard for me to resist that urge. So this is west along Adelaide Street, which will soon see a return of streetcar service along it, as Queen Street has the streetcar diverted to make way for construction of the Ontario line. There's my old stomping grounds, First Canadian Place. There's the giant 3D head called Dreaming. I'm actually going to walk away from it and cross over. It's perfectly legal to cross the street away from the intersection as long as you're not impeding anyone. So in a few more blocks, I'll be out of the financial district. From one area that could be kind of described as tourist central, Yonge Dundas, to another one. Let's go south down York Street here for a block. There's a 32 Eglinton West bus. What? And there's another one to Renforth and Skymark. If you know what this is all about, let me know down in the comments. Maybe the drivers are just trolling us. And here's another one.
In a very long.
And this would be King Street coming up. Maybe I'll walk west along King here. I always love it when people's first instinct is not to move around people walking directly at them to their right. And from North America's busiest shopping center to North America's tallest tower will be at the base of the 553 meter or 1,850 foot tall CN Tower pretty soon. And here's University Avenue, and this is where you will find St. Andrew Station. My camera battery appears to be low. It's okay, I've got a second camera in my backpack. If it dies, I'll just swap them. There seems to be a fair bit of people up in front of Roy Thompson Hall, or out in front of Roy Thompson Hall. There's a potentially good thumbnail here with the Ferrari and the CN Tower. Come on, camera. I don't know if I got that. I tried. But the last time I walked along here was during the Toronto International Film Festival. And there seems to be something going on at Roy Thompson Hall. What? I don't know. There's a guy holding a $7 Cheeto sign. Again, if you know what that's all about, fill me in down in the comments. I think mentally I've hit the point of exhaustion in terms of things going on in the city. I just stopped looking up events. I know Nuit Blanche is coming up on October 1st. At least I think it's on October 1st, and if it is, it'll be a very busy day for me as I'm going to Oktoberfest as well. And there's also someone coming in from out of town that day. There's David Peacock Square. So I'm going to go left at John Street up ahead, and that'll take us down to the CN Tower as I walk over the Canadian Walk of Fame. Hey, there's the star for Ed Mirvish, and that one is Jim Trevelyan, Frank Gehry, Mark Messier, Will Arnett. So this is the entertainment district. And that is my phone playing a random YouTube video for some reason. And this is the Princess of Wales Theatre, just on the right, and this is John Street coming up. And thanks to King Street being a transit priority corridor, there's a lot of vehicle traffic along it, so it creates a lot of opportunities where you can safely cross like that. That is Restaurant Row, all those colorful umbrellas straight ahead. There's the Tiff Bell light box. And it is southbound John Street, which used to continue, I think it went all the way down to the lake. But it gets interrupted right at the base of the SkyDome and CN Tower straight up ahead. If we're on the other side of the street, we can get a better view of the tower where we're heading. I'm not going to go in it or anything, but we're going to go right up to the base. I also think from like a liveliness point of view, the best way would have been just to go south down Yonge to Front. There's the tower peeking up over the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation's headquarters. And this is Wellington Street.
You want to cross this way? That way? All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Not sure what all this construction is about. I think that's a hydro substation in there. And it's the reason why this side of this condo doesn't have any windows, I bet. Family Feud Canada, we are taping today. Jerry D is in the building? I remember watching Family Feud when the host was Ray Kinsella. And then I think Louis Anderson and Steve Harvey took over. I can't stand Steve Harvey, so I haven't watched any of his era. And we're here at Front Street, right as my camera battery meter is turning red. All right, let's cross here. And what I'll do is when I get to the other side, I'll do a camera swap. I'll be proactive rather than just let the camera die on me. Isabella Valenci Crawford Park. Looks like a good place to swap cameras to me. And it's flashing. All right, I will be back in a moment. And we are back. Welcome to part 2 of this walk. From Yonge Dundas over to the CN Tower. And on this camera, I'm now rocking 81% battery. So I think it was built between 1973 and 1975. And recently another Toronto YouTuber went up there, Ken. And I think he said it was about $50 to get in. It's been quite a while since I've been inside the CN Tower. Let me ask Google how much admission is. How much is admission to the CN Tower? Let's see what it comes up with.
Here is information from CN Tower.
Buy online and save. $43 for adults. $53 if you want a time general admission. There's the SkyDome on the right. Opened up in 1989. It was home to the Toronto Argos of the CFL, but they've since moved over to BMO Field. And of course the Blue Jays. And just before I head down and walk in front of it, I'll take a peek out this way. There's a lineup to get into the CN Tower. And that is the South Core District off in the distance. I think the last time I walked around here was during Fan Expo. There's also a Blue Jay game starting, so it was a very different scene and crowd. If you're here, chances are you're either from out of town, or if you're a local, you are here with someone from out of town. Or I guess you could also be a YouTuber. Chances are you're one of those things. And maybe at some point, I'll do a video going in there and getting a view from the top. I used to work up over the 50th floor in First Canadian Place. And I kind of wish I did a little more recording up there when I still had that job. Because for my money, that was a better view than what you get from the CN Tower, just given the perspective. Just being in the middle of the main skyscraper cluster in the financial district is completely different from looking down on it from off to the side, which is what you're doing here. And this is slightly taller than the Freedom Tower in New York City. It looks like there might have been a preseason hockey game going on. I've seen a lot of Leafs jerseys. And this guy's wearing a hockey jersey. There's Ripley's Aquarium. There's some more Leafs fans. And there is the Rec Room across the street. That's a large Dave & Buster's style arcade and bar. And next to that is the Roundhouse and the Steam Whistle Brewery. I'm gonna beeline towards Union Station. I know I said this walk was to the CN Tower. But really, it's gonna be more around the CN Tower as we're gonna head over to Union. No, I have not been to Ripley's Aquarium. I've been to the large aquarium in Osaka, and as cool as it was, I didn't really care for it, at least not enough to check this one out. So it won't be long before we start seeing Raptors fans making this walk. That is the Scotiabank Arena off to the east. This is Bremner Boulevard. There's someone with a big flag marching people around. That reminds me of the Chinese tourist groups you often see in countries like Thailand. They're often following someone with a pole with a flag on it. I can't say I'm a fan of that style of traveling. I'm guessing that's what's going on here. Is that a travel group? And here comes a sea of blue. I wonder what's the reason for all these Maple Leafs fans walking this way along Bremner. The arena is straight ahead, and it's connected to Union Station, which is the main transportation hub in the area. So again, if you know what that's all about, let me know down in the comments. I should title this one, A Clueless Walk Around the City. And that car there is an Autozoo or Atsu. And when you see that, that is a rental car that people rent and then they drive it for Uber, usually Uber Black. And Uber is required by law to have a certain amount of wheelchair accessible vehicles, which can be difficult for them to achieve with just the general population driving for them. So this company helps plug that gap. I think they provide a number of wheelchair capable minivans and that sort of thing. So Uber is compliant with the laws, and in exchange they get a deal on renting out these cars and letting people drive under Uber. I think it's to that effect. So I often wondered how they make money doing that. The margins are so low on Uber anyways. But that was the answer I got when I looked into it. This is a sea of blue.
There it is, London Nationals.
They've got this whole section of Bremner Boulevard blocked off pretty much.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people wearing these St. Pat's jerseys. I think the idea that Toronto is a hockey town has been slipping. We've seen more success from both the basketball and baseball teams here in recent years. And they've got York Street blocked off. What am I doing standing here like a dummy? Why is York blocked off? So many questions. Well,
a lot of people didn't even bother to buy tickets.
I'm not going to turn down a chance to walk up a mostly closed York Street. And this is Front Street just up ahead. So just on the right is the York Concourse, as this is York Street, where you could board a GO train. And head on out to suburbia. Some drag racing police cars, maybe. That was interesting. I've been accidentally stumbling into all kinds of things going on today. There's an event, a meetup with another YouTuber going on at Nathan Phillips Square in the video I recorded earlier. And there was the Indonesian Street Food Festival at Dundas Square. And that rally we saw. And now what I can only guess is a preseason hockey game. We have made it to Front Street West. I'm gonna head down into the subway station and take a train up to St. Clair, where I'm gonna have to transfer onto a shuttle bus, as for the 10 millionth time in recorded history, they are not running the subway north of St. Clair. I think they said the culprit this weekend was the signal, the automated signal installation. It's usually that, or they blame it on the crosstown LRT construction, which they've announced will be delayed. It was supposed to open this fall, but if you have eyes, you knew there would be a fat chance of that happening. So this looks like a good place to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this one, starting at Dundas Square and heading through the Eaton Centre, making my way over to the base of the CN Tower, and then over here to Front Street West. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. And I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's a super thanks button appearing below these videos as well if you wish to say thanks that way. All right, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.